Rajeswari. Toastmaster Rajeswari. Fresh perspective in managing projects. Fresh perspective in managing projects. Toastmaster Rajeswari.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster Girish. Good morning, Toastmaster and guest. Have you ever started your work without planning? Even for a short trip or any family function, we used to plan. Of course. Do you know why it is important to plan for anything before we start? To accomplish our expectation on time without any flaw, it is very important to plan. Particularly, it is essential to plan for our goal or any project. Only then we can forecast all the worst cases that we are going to meet and how to mitigate them if it is happen as we foresee. I am from an IT background. In my case, I have to plan everything, be it a project or daily routine. Yes. 8 months before, I was assigned to accomplish one of the major milestones for this year. That is nothing but changing my application platform and deploying my enterprise application in Azure Cloud Platform. For that purpose, I was assigned to this project. It was completely new thing. Initially, I was frustrated. Later, I understood it. Of planning. Gave a rough estimation by forecasting all the challenges that I am going to meet. It was a completely new experience to me that time. The main challenge here is I have to finish this without impacting any of my day-to-day activities. Since it is new skill, I decided to sharpen my knowledge by doing some self-learning, and I hope that would save my house. I spent around an hour every day for self-learning to understand the basic concept behind it. Because I was in a situation to interact with multiple team members who were expertise in this field. And in some case, I have to ensure whether my application would support the feature that are provided by Azure Cloud Platform. In this, effective communication is the key element to get progress. To drive as per plan without any delay, I first prepared a checklist. Each and every phase of this migration activity was communicated to my stakeholders and managers, and I ensured that is going as per security guidelines provided by my company. As an initial step, I have to get clearance for all the this project to initiate that process and got approval from consent team to go ahead. Listed out all the features that would be impacted due to this migration activity. And I gave detailed estimation to implement alternative approach to make impacted feature to function even after this migration process without any issues. The Toastmaster experience I gained throughout my journey in Toastmasters Club helped me a lot to coordinate with my team members professionally and it helped me to explain my problem statement very effectively. And I get their support without any delays. It is a sequencing process. All team members should be aware of the progress and also they have to be updated with the current status of this migration. Accountability is the very important one in this to ensure that I scheduled a meeting with entire team members and I looped their manager also to keep their availability without any issues. So let's connect with let me connect with you in the next meeting to explain you how my plan went well and how Toastmasters helped me to lead this project successfully. Thank you.
Rajeswari. Over to you, Toastmaster Rahul.
Toastmaster Rajeswari, innovative planning, and she gave a speech for 3 to 4 minutes. Let me share something which I liked about her speech. Couple of things I liked was the speech was very good, the contents are very clear, it is a good write-up, and it did keep us engaged and relatable that, okay, this is how the concept could be. This is how the flow could be, the rhythm could be. But I do have some small recommendations in that perspective that I felt that there were not much expressions on your speech. It just felt like somebody talking and interacting. And I personally felt that our expressions were not so clearly visible. And some places where I personally felt that the words were going a little fast. I won't say too fast because the words are good, the words are neutral pace. But some words were a little fast that it was difficult for me to get the grip of it. And apart from that, I felt that hand gestures can be actually utilized and used because particularly what happens is it's an online speech. So there's a difference between doing like talking when you're using your hands, you're communicating with the body language more effectively and better. But when talking like this, oh, this is how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be, it gets very neutral, very paced. My personal recommendation would be please use your hands because when you use your hands, it engages better. And I think that's one sign. And one more recommendation I do have. Please do stand up actually, because when you're sitting, I personally feel that there is a lot of restriction in that particular area where you're surrounding in. Then when you stand up, what happens is at a particular distance, you can see the at least 3/4 of the body you can see, and through that gestures, you're able to interact more better, more effectively. You can see where okay, this is what the visibility is going to lie, and that's how my speech is going to go. And actually, as audience, we are prepared. Okay, this is how the rhythm and structure is going to be. Apart from that, I felt like I felt like it was more like teaching than more than a speech. I mean, it could be like adding on to that, some dramatic pauses can be used, some dramatic gestures can be used. If I talk about it, saying that here it is, likelihood we are likely to reach here, and somehow I felt your flow. Some places went like here it is, the likelihood is went here, but I felt that you could use some dramatic pauses and things like that. And when you practice pauses, you can make the speech more engaging and more interactive. To sum it up, it is a very good speech. The contents are very clear. Writing was very good and it was really engaging. Only thing is, it could be a little more engaging when you use your hand gestures to make it more interactive. As they say, that you can talk your way into something. And this public speaking, this 3 to 4 minutes of the speech can coax you into that. And adding upon that, do stand up and don't use and use expressions much and use more expressions. I think I'd like to hand over the stage to the general evaluator, Toastmaster.